No, everyone elected me. We were a democracy, and now we're basically... So yeah, there's a guy in Scotland who may go to jail because he thought it'd be funny to annoy his girlfriend and make his dog look like Hitler by doing the steps that they did, the duck steps or goose steps or whatever the hell it was. I did this as a joke for a game. So I pretended to be Hitler, and a dude did a joke making his dog walk like that, and he's the one that's going to jail. I mean, how screwed up are you, England, Scotland, all of you guys, whoever the hell is over there? Seriously. Seriously. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Nontroversy show, and back in the news is Amos Yee. Now, for those of you who don't know, Amos Yee likes to make fun of Christians and Muslims, and that is against the law in Singapore. After already once being in jail for hurting the feelings of Christians and Muslims, Amos Yee has went back to jail now because he's done the exact same thing again, putting on both his vlog and blog things that would just hurt the fifis of all the Christians and all of the Muslims. Now, to be fair, 2 of the charges were because he didn't turn up at a police station, but the other 6 were specifically because he intended to insult Muslims and or Christians. A concept that is just absolutely baffling to me. Apparently, this is a huge deal. And one of the things that I really respect about Amos is that he doesn't take no for an answer. He does this, he does it willingly, and then he pleads guilty and goes to jail for what he believes in. There are some conspiracy theories that he's doing some of this to get money, that he's using the GoFundMes to actually make a profit off of all of this just indignity that Singapore is putting on him. I will leave that video in the description below, and we may talk about it at a later point because it's outside the scope of what we're talking about today, but that is just insane to me that Singapore would do this, that freedom of speech is so limited that you can't give ideas because they might hurt someone else's feelings. Now, I'll get into why I think this is so important at the end of the video, but what do you guys think about this? Is he getting what he deserves? Should he be put in jail? Let me know in the comments below. The next story comes from the United Kingdom, or jolly old Scotland. Yeah, I'll never do that accent again. Count Dankula is facing criminal charges and may go to jail for having his dog do this.
Do I gas the Jews? Jews. Do I gas the Jews?
Sieg Heil!
Now, to clarify, I dressed up and pretended to be Hitler while in the United States. He got his dog to respond to the word Jews or gassing the Jews and got the dog to do the Sieg Heil. Which one of those do you think is worse, and who should actually be going to jail on that? The answer is neither of us. As an American, this is absolutely preposterous to me. I cannot believe that Scotland or the United Kingdom or anybody would come after him for doing that. Now, was it in poor taste? Sure, I can admit that that was in poor taste, but he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't attack anybody. And the fact that we're worried about hurting someone else's feelings is only going to drive opinions like that underground. Hell, in Germany, where you could get prosecuted for having a group that is anti-immigrant, you are starting to see underground movements that are so moving to the right that they make the Nazis look moderate. This is why ideas should be allowed to proliferate. Why, even if you disagree with someone, you should at least allow them to get it out so that you can put that idea up against others and show why it's wrong. And for the love of God, we need to recognize what a joke is. Okay, I wanted to add a section at the end because apparently you can't talk about the injustices that happen to someone and not be seen as supporting everything they do. I disagree with almost everything Amos Yee talks about or says. I don't like how he looks at Christian pornography. I don't think the Bible Reloaded are evil, and I happen to like The Amazing Atheist, even though he and I have went at it a couple of times. His ideas are horrific in some instances. Again, the child pornography, it just blows my mind why he would be okay with that. But that doesn't mean what's happening to him isn't wrong. And even with Count Dankula, who I love and am subscribed to and like to watch his content, I really think it was in poor taste to make his dog say that. And of course, a lot of people will say it's in poor taste for me to do a skit making fun of something that happened that was horrific. We all do things that may be considered out of taste. But the ability to talk about these ideas should be out there. I should be able to do it, and someone should be able to criticize it. So should both of them. The ideas should be able to be out there to be criticized. So if you're in Scotland, or even if you're not, you should tweet or send emails or talk about how horrific this is. Same with Singapore. It's really easy to look at Singapore and say, oh, that's horrific. But these things are also happening in the Western world. So we need to stand up against them. At least that's my opinion. Everybody should be able to have freedom of speech. That's how we know what ideas are good versus what ideas are bad. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next Nontroversy show.